It's all about pushing limits,
Okay.
achieving success, and kind of like conquering your fears. We're going to break it all down.
Cool.
So one of the things that really stood out to me was how these speeches tackle the fear of failure head on.
Just go right at it.
Yeah, there's this quote that I think kind of sums it up. You have to lose your fear of failure. Failure is a part of the process. People who never fail never try.
It's true, though. If you're not failing, you're probably not trying very hard.
It's so true. I mean, how could you achieve anything if you're too afraid to even try, you know?
Exactly. That fear, it's like a wall.
It's like the biggest obstacle sometimes.
What I think he's getting at is failure isn't the opposite of success. It's like part of how you get there.
Yeah, part of the journey.
It is. Every time you mess up, you learn something.
Exactly.
You know, you figure out what doesn't work.
Yeah. It makes me think of Thomas Edison. All those light bulb attempts that didn't work.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Imagine giving up after the first 100 or so. We'd be in trouble.
Seriously, we'd all be in the dark.
Literally. Yeah.
But he had that grit to keep going.
He did. And this speaker, analogy about an alligator.
Oh, yeah.
That really drives this home.
What was that again? I remember it being good.
It was good. He said, like an alligator who is paralyzed after eating, some of y'all in this room were paralyzed. You had a little success you've done when nobody else in your family's done, and now you chilling.
Wow.
Kind of a wake-up call, right?
Yeah, that one hits home a little bit.
It does, it does. It's like, don't get too comfortable with a little success.
Let it stop you.
Right.
It's easy to get complacent.
It is. We all do it, right?
Oh, for sure.
But it's like, how do we avoid that?
I think that's what he's pushing us to figure out.
Okay.
Like, when are we getting too comfy?
Yeah.
And how do we push past it?
So we know we got to overcome the fear.
Right.
We know we got to avoid complacency.
Yeah.
But how do we keep that momentum going?
How do we stay disciplined, you mean? Yeah. He talks about that a lot, actually. Discipline over motivation. He says, if you only did what you were supposed to do when you were motivated to do it, that's leaving it to chance. But if you're disciplined, you go do what you're supposed to do.
It's so simple, but it's like
deep,
profound. Yeah,
because you're right, motivation, it comes and goes.
It's fleeting.
Totally.
Like some days you're unstoppable.
Exactly.
And others it's like, ugh, just get through the day.
And that's where discipline comes in. You got to show up even when you don't feel like it.
Like it's a practice, right? Like building a muscle.
Absolutely. The more you practice discipline, the stronger it gets.
And he actually gives a tip for that.
Oh, yeah?
He says to visualize, even when you're not feeling motivated.
Okay.
Visualize that feeling of accomplishment after you do the thing.
I like that.
It's like a little preview of the reward.
Yeah, like remember why you're doing this.
Exactly.
It shifts your focus.
Okay, I'm into that.
Me too. Yeah. And you know what else he talks about a lot?
What's that?
Taking ownership. Like really owning your successes.
Oh, interesting.
And your failures. Looking in the mirror.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And saying, okay, what did I do?
Yeah, no more blaming outside forces.
Exactly. No excuses. It's about asking,
right,
what could I have done differently?
Okay, I like that.
And he talks about this idea of a culture of winning. A culture of winning. Versus a culture of losing.
Okay, what's that all about?
It's about believing you can achieve your goals.
So it's like a mindset shift.
It is. It's about taking responsibility and not playing the victim.
Okay, so how do we actually make that shift?
He says, you owe you an explanation.
Wow,
like, are you living up to your own potential?
That's a tough question.
But it's empowering too, right?
It is. You have the power to change.
That's the point. And that kind of leads into another big theme. Hard work.
Hard work, yeah.
He completely debunks the overnight success myth.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't buy that at all, does he?
Nope. He says, the elevator don't go to the top, man. Not in the world of success. You got to take the stairs.
It's such a good analogy.
Right. No shortcuts.
No shortcuts. It takes time.
It does. And he's honest about that climb.
Okay, yeah.
He says it can be lonely.
Yeah.
Miserable, even.
I feel that.
But he also says those struggles are what shape you.
Oh, interesting. So it's like necessary hardship.
Yeah, like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right, exactly.
And what's cool is he doesn't want us to just grind it out.
Really?
No, he says real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize.
Oh, I love that.
So it's about finding joy in the journey.
Yes.
Even when it's hard.
Okay, so it's about the mindset.
It is.
Yeah.
And embracing the struggle, which he talks about a lot too.
In what way?
He uses this metaphor of a storm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
to describe challenges in life. He says, the storm seems like the storm is everything, but the storm is not everything. But right now you're being tried, you're being forged, you're being tested by fire and by pain. Don't fail the test. Don't ever quit. Fight on, fight through the storm, fight through the pain, and come out the other side stronger and tougher and better, a survivor.
Wow, that's powerful imagery.
It is. He's saying those challenges, they don't have to break you.
You can come out stronger.
Exactly. They're opportunities for growth.
So we've talked about fear, discipline, ownership, hard work, embracing the struggle.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But like, where does this all lead?
That's the big question, right? Like, what about our dreams?
Yeah.
Well, he has this amazing call to action. He says, do that thing, man, that keeps you up at night. That thing that bothers you, man, that makes you trip. You can't quit thinking about it. You always, that thing, man, that you wake up in the middle of the night, you got a new idea. That's what you got to chase.
Okay, so don't play it safe.
Right.
Go after what excites you.
Even if it scares you.
Even if it scares you, yeah.
And what makes it so powerful is he's lived it. He talks about being homeless.
Oh, wow.
Overcoming poverty. He's been through it.
So it's not just talk.
Nope. He's living proof that you can achieve anything.
So he's challenging us to break free from our limits.
He is. He says to break the status quo.
I like that, break the status quo.
It's about finding your purpose.
Yeah.
And living a life that's meaningful.
But that can be scary, right? Like, what if we fail?
That's where embracing failure comes in.
Oh, right.
It's going to happen. It's about learning from it.
Yeah.
And keeping going.
Okay, so how do we find that courage?
He talks about surrounding yourself. Yeah.
With the right people.
Supportive people.
Yes. And he uses this phrase, the boredom of normality and the numbness of mediocrity.
Wow, that's a good one.
Right, like wake up.
Don't settle for average.
Exactly.
So it's deeper than just external success.
It is. It's about inner fulfillment.
Feeling like you're on the right path.
Even when it's hard.
It's like he's saying we have the power to choose, you know?
Yeah, we're not just passive passengers.
Right, exactly.
And it takes work.
Yeah.
So he talks about having a plan.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And planning your escape.
Ooh, planning your escape.
Escape from whatever's holding you back.
So it's about being proactive.
Yes.
Taking control.
Not just waiting around.
Right. And sometimes that means tough choices.
Like what kind of choices?
Walking away from things that aren't working.
Oh, okay.
Even if it's scary.
So like sometimes those comfortable routines are actually holding us back.
It's true. We get stuck in patterns.
We do, yeah.
And he's saying break free.
Break free. I like that. So it all goes back to taking responsibility.
It does. We have the power to choose.
And he makes a good point. Success isn't a straight line.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely not.
There are going to be bumps along the way.
Setbacks, challenges, all of that.
He even says, I will fail my way to success.
He embraces it.
It's not about avoiding failure.
It's about learning from it.
And celebrating the wins, right? Even the small ones.
Yes. It's about the journey.
He talks about quiet desperation.
Oh, yeah. What a phrase.
It's like that feeling of being unfulfilled.
Like something's missing.
And it's like a warning sign. Yeah.
It is. It's saying, hey, something's got to change.
So this isn't just about money or fame.
No, it's about deeper meaning.
Feeling like you're living your purpose.
That's what he's getting at.
He actually gives some really practical advice too.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
He says when you feel like you've hit rock bottom, like you can't go any lower, that's actually a good thing.
Because you can only go up from there.
Exactly. So it's about perspective.
Yeah.
Reframing those tough times.
Challenges are opportunities.
And he even talks about drowning yourself.
What? Drowning yourself?
Yeah, it's this idea of pushing yourself.
Okay.
To the absolute limit.
So you're forced to grow.
Yeah, it's intense, but I get it.
It's about building mental toughness.
Okay, so dream big, but also
the action.
Be willing to work for it.
And face those challenges head on.
And above all, believe in yourself.
Yes. That's at the core of it all.
So after all of that, what are you taking away from this deep dive?
For me, it's about discipline. Showing up even when it's hard.
That's huge. Consistency is key.
It is. And for you?
I think it's about remembering that we're all capable of so much more. We have the power to create the life you want.
It all starts with belief.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.